Hello, everybody. Welcome to this SITS live, digital SITS. We are very happy to see you and talk to you again. I have Fabrice with me today for these,
Hello, guys.
for these almost 2 hours.
I'm very happy to share this session with you. So, welcome in SITS, digital SITS.
Of course, the rules of the world for the moment don't allow us to do a real SITS as we used to do it in the last years, but we wanted to keep this ritual between us to keep up with you, and because the world doesn't stop, and because we still have products coming out, and because we still have collections coming out. Fabrice is working full-time to find the new trends and deliver you the best techniques you can do with our products. So you can just share all the ideas we can give you as a brand. So yes, we are very happy to have this new version of the live meeting. In fact, you see us, but we don't see you. So I see that we still have some comments on the bottom of the video. So in fact, if you could just introduce yourselves in comments and just tell us who is and from which country you're coming from. So I see that we have Croatia, I see that we have Ukraine, I see that, who do we have else? Catherine, which country? I don't know which country it is. If you could just say one hello so we can just see who is there from the world. So I just wanted to explain you shortly the rules of this meeting, because usually we did it on Teams. So you had the opportunity to just ask your questions in the feed. This time, if you have questions, if you have comments, if you have anything else to say, you can just write your questions, your comments in the comments of the YouTube link. So I see that some of you already started. We have Israel. Hi, Israel. We have Poland. We have Edo. We have Crystal. Nice to hear from you. Serbia. Hello, hello. This is great. I will start by introducing the first launches of this year. In fact, I will not introduce you all the launching of this year, but because we will have another meeting, I think before September, where I will introduce all the launches of the second part of the year. So I will just start. I think most of the people should be there. And anyway, this video is recorded, so all those who couldn't attend to the meeting are free to look at it. I will send a link just right after the meeting to all the participants, so you can watch it again. So if you have questions, we will, of course, have the time to discuss about all the questions from this meeting just after the presentation from Fabrice. So I will start with the marketing plan 2021. So we have one major launching, which is coming out in the next few weeks. Actually, we have the 14 new shades of the Lycos range. The new Lycos range, you already had the first wave of the Lycos range, which is very well welcomed, and we thank you for that. We had so many, really so many good and positive comments about the range, that you were all appreciating the results and all appreciating that it was a great range. So we really would like to thank you for all the great work you have done, because in all the countries we have received so many good feedback. So for that, thank you. And Fabrice will explain you a little bit more detailed which shades are coming out, and a little bit more about what's coming out about the lacquers. Julien, could you please put the next one? Okay, so the first change is starting now, it's the reformulation of the Blonde Infinity range from the Color Lab range. In fact, there are some apps where you can scan the in-key list of the products. And in fact, some of our products had some bad comments due to some ingredients that were not necessarily the best in the ranking of the products. And the problem with such apps is that they didn't evaluate the quantity. They just, okay, if you have 5% of it, it's not the same as if you have 0.0005. And the problem is of these apps is that they didn't take into account the amount of product, and they just put a bad mark on your product. So that's why we have decided to change the formula of these 3 products from the Blonde range, which is one of the major range of the Color Lab range, and to change some ingredients from it. So we actually removed the MIT, for example, and the phenoxyethanol, and replaced them by 100% natural organic acids. So this is one example, and I won't go into details because you will have a presentation about that soon. And in fact, this novelty, this change will be effective as of now. Next slides. So you already know from the Retouch Lab the masks. The masks were following up to the gloss mask we used to have in the last years, and in fact they were not evolving as the formula wasn't evolving with the time. So we have decided with the Color Lab and with all the changes we had with the Subtil range, we had decided to bring out a new range. So we have the masks that had been launched last year, and now we have 6 new shampoos, 250 shampoos. So it's for the hairdresser, of course, but it's also for the customer. So it's also a resale product. So we will have 6 shades. So we will have 6 shades. We will have the red, we will have chestnut, we will have copper, we will have platinum, which is the anti-yellowish. We will have the ash, which is the anti-reddish, and then you have the golden. So this range is based on a minimum of 92 natural-based ingredients. So in the last years, I would say since 2019 and since the launching of Infinite, of the coloration Infinite, we have really tried, and we did actually launch most of our really products that are the most natural possible. In fact, the most clean possible, and we are always trying to find products from the nature, even if it's not a nature-based brand, but we always try to find the best also from the nature. So to keep it as natural as possible when it can be done, but also to be the most effective. So Julien, if you could just go back to the planning. Exactly, thank you. We will have, in the second part of the year, new and very important ranges coming out. We will have a new specific line. I won't go into detail because this will be as part of a second product, as a second presentation. We will schedule probably in, I don't know if in July or maybe in September, but I will go more into detail for that. So we will have the new specific range with probably four references for anti-hair loss and for itching scalp. And then we will have at the end of the year a new range, a care range for based on really the most possible quantity of nature ingredients inside, which will be a very clear range for the Color Lab or for the Subtil range, in fact. I won't go into details because this will be part of another presentation. If you have questions, you can ask always in the comments, and we will we'll answer to your questions at the end of the meeting. Now I will give the floor to Fabrice for the presentation of the collection, the new Spring-Summer Collection 2021 with Jean-Baptiste Marzella, and he will also introduce you the 14 new shades of the collection. So Fabrice.
Thank you, Miriam. Hello, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to share the new collection with you, but it's different way. It's only digital way, but it's also interesting because you can give the information more fast and more quick. So about the collection, we decided this year to renew the partnership with Jean-Baptiste Marzella because we liked the artistic vision and creative vision because it's a perfect match with the subtle mood of now. So who is Jean-Baptiste Marzella for the people don't know him yet? So Jean-Baptiste Marzella is a famous French hairstylist based in London. So he created a concept, Marzella and Palmer. The concept combines this recruitment of precision haircut line and also the passion for the heart cutting. Jean-Baptiste is this personality and talent lead him to give so many haircut training, almost 15 countries. So for this collection, we decide also to launch 14 new shades of subtle lacquer range. So the 14 shades, it's very luminous, intense, and delicate in the same time. The palette is timeless. We can find harsh shades, warm iridescent, golden, copper, deep chestnut, warm chestnut, and also the best famous shade of Subtil is a beige, is a pound 8. So the petit is a French. The little things, my advice for each shade. For the first one, the shade 10 1 6. The texture is little bit different. Is different in other texture because the texture of 10 16 is little bit more thick, and you can see we have the color more bright because inside we had a touch of direct pigment, because this formula, this shade, it's the most difficult to create by the research and development team. So we need to find the perfect balancing of 10, 16 shades is to put inside a direct pigment. Also with the 924 is a new trend with a peachy color. It's a very is a cold copper. Is an iridescent one. Also, the other things, detail other things is a beige. For the 8.8, the balancing is perfect for the result. Just for the 9.8, the balancing is little bit more iridescent. So it's like a French biscuit. Is a beige. The French biscuit is a sand color, maybe. Just a moment. I need to plug my phone. Hop. Oh, sorry. Sorry, is a mistake of plug my phone. So for the new collection, regarding this new collection, you can show the 3 looks. So for the new collection, we revisit the successful collection by Subtil by Jean-Baptiste Marzella, 80s vibes. Once again, we have to take in the inspiration of and also borrowed a code in freedom and style and extravagance decade, because for us the decade is an endless source of creative. For the 3 looks, we combine the legendary hairstyle of from the end of 80s and early of 90s, combined with a palette harmony, very solar, intense, and delicate in the same time. For this collection, also, I decide to push your creativity to reinterpreting the last technique of the last collection, the new placement, but with the same shades like last one. So for now, I propose you to show the video, inspiration video, to put inside in the heart of the collection. So maybe Julia.
Nearly gave you a heart attack. Thought I told you to watch your back. Never know what to expect down here. That's the only solid fact. Guess I'd rather be on vacation. Guess I haven't got the education. I don't really have an explanation. So I found a new game to play. Thought I told you to stay away, but see you're here anyway. So yeah, guess you're welcome to overstay. Just don't build up your expectations. It's not a good time to test my patience. Don't get in these situations, 'cause you're chasing the hurricane, taking the name in vain. My God, it's such a shame. 'Cause you got yourself into this. It's not time to at your own risk. No name is on my list, and you are exactly where I want.
So we can start now with the first model. The first model, the name is Peony. So for Peony, so we inspire with Jean-Baptiste. So we say me, so okay, finish the long hair and the American blow dry. So it's interesting to enter the new woman of the end of the 90s. So the woman, bold and committed woman like Madonna or Linda Evangelista, because this period, this decade, the end of is early of 90s, is they represent the equality of sexes, and assume the masculine side. So you can see in collection presentation, we have a new version because you put inside the PowerPoint the few the mini video to show step by step for each models. So maybe you can, Julian, yeah. So you can see the models. Peony was very bleach hair on the middle and hand and very image sensitive. Also, she had a new regrowth of maybe 2 centimeter new regrowth of 2 and 3 level. So in the first step for Peony, I pre-lightening the new regrowth with 30 grams of lightening oil with 7.5 milliliters of X-Rescue and 60 milliliters of Subtil Developer 30 volume. Once again, when arrived to achieve the level depth lightening orange and orange yellow, so I rinse out, following by the shampoo, pH acid shampoo, and following by the Subtil Color Lab range. In the second step, so I section off the zone A and zone B. The zone A and zone B have the shape of crescent shape. So I start my section. So you can see on the headers. In the first time, I isolate my hairline from, okay, just 1 centimeter of the hairline is enough. After I trace my first crescent shape. So my first crescent shape start in a side up, in a side of parietal area, extending by the front and finishing by the area, parietal opposite area. In the second crescent, so this one will be the A zone. For my zone B, so I trace a second crescent shaped. I start in the ending of parietal area, extending by the balancing point, and finishing by the ending of parietal area opposite. Step 3. So I take my skin protect cream to isolate my area A and my area B. So I show you the section on the area B. So I take different section of different size, and on the wrap method, I put my product, my skin protect, and isolate in the wrap method in a fold paper. I use the skin protect because it's a very good product to avoid the transfer of color on the bleaching part, because it's very protect. It's very protect on the during the rinse out. For example, when you rinse the different color with a different depth lightening, for example, I apply a dark color and my section protect is very bleach. So the skin protect avoid the transfer a pigment on this part on other part. So when you finish all the isolate each area, so area B last one, and the first one area here, you take a color lab mask. Maybe you can put on a formula, Julian? Yeah. Thank you. So I use the Retouch Lab mask, 10 grams of chestnut and 10 grams of copper, with 3 grams of X-Rescue. This is a technique signature of pre-lightening from Subtil. So I use 3 grams of X-Rescue because it's very interesting, because during the process of pre-lightening, I use the X-Rescue like a rebuilding and a strengthener to keratin chain. So I apply on the remaining hair and I remove the excess product with a towel, and after apply my color all over the hair. So I will apply the 30 grams of 677 of Subtil Infinite, 10 grams of Infinite 611, and 1+1 with 5 volume. Leave on 35 minutes, rinse out zone by zone, and after to wash with pH acid, Subtil pH acid shampoo for rebalancing the scalp and the hair, and following with Subtil, Subtil, the care from Subtil Color Lab range. The 6th step. So for the toning, I decide to find a special color because I don't want to find just and apply just a pink. I will find a special color like maybe like a rose wood, for example. You know, is a pink a little bit more brown. So I create a formula, special formula with 15 grams of Subtil lacquer 8.8 plus 10 grams of Subtil lacquer 1016 and 1 drop of Subtil mixed tone magenta 1+1 5 volume. Leave on 20 minutes, rinse out, shampoo again, and care again. So just it's important to keep a moment for these things, because when you see or when you read on the book Subtil, just a towel dry with the hair, so it's not just a wipe, it's very almost dry. It's because if you leave too much water inside the hair, we have a risk to change the result of the color. So it's very important to keep these things in mind to avoid two problems or to keep and catch the pigment inside the hair. So I show you the result on my headers, and after I will show you on the result on the models. Maybe you see the result is very fine and very fashion. Is a fashionable because we don't have the AV effect. We have a very subtle effect when you move the hair or when you change the hairstyle. We have a different sensation of the color. Okay, so maybe Julian, you can put on the video of the model's result, please. So you see the result is very interesting because we have a technique of pre-lightening signature of Subtil with a new range and Subtil Retouch Lab mask. and also associate with the X-rescue. So it's very interesting to explain this in your costume. For the second look, I take my handles, change. So for these models, I work on Hélène models. So for this inspiration of a picture, we have borrowed the code from punk movement, like punk mohawk and eccentric hairstyle, or extremely bleach hair, and also the faded color. So it's very interesting to creativity. So maybe it's a little bit scary for the people, but for us it's very interesting. So when you take this inspiration, it's not just to take the inspiration to realize the same effect with, for example, in punk mohawk, but we decide to blend it, the hairstyle movement, with a classy French touch, to propose the look very chic and stylish. So for the Hélène before, so maybe Julian, you can, yeah. So you can see Hélène was very bleach on the middle length and head. The hair, it was very porous, and she had the new regrowth of maybe 1.5 centimeter, and the level, natural level, is between 6 and 7. For the first step for Hélène, so I decided to blend in the effect between the natural color and the line bleaching and the bleaching. So I need to find the natural effect, like a smoke color between dark, medium dark, and very, very light. So I apply on the between 5 and 7 first centimeter, the mixture one. The mixture one is 15 grams of Subtil lacquer 8.8, 10 grams of Subtil lacquer 7.3, 5 grams of 873, and 5 grams of 677. 1 plus 1, peroxide, 5 volume. I leave on 20 minutes, rinse out, and wash the hair with a Subtil pH acid, following with a Subtil care product from Subtil Color Lab range. So it's very interesting to show this effect, because it's a new way, or another way, to remove the line, the regrowth effect. So maybe, Julian, you can see the result after the color. So you see you can see the diffuse color is not a real effect, strong effect. It's just a very blended effect. So first two. On the dry hair, I section off the zone A and zone B. So for my zone A, I start and trace the curve, starting by the middle of the hair, extending by the balancing point, and finishing, ending by the center, middle center, here, opposite here. The front, I will have the A zone. For the zone B, so trace a second curve. I starting again on the middle of the hair, extending by the lower area of vertex and finishing by the middle of the hair opposite. And this part will be B zone. I start my highlighting on the front, so the zone here. So maybe Julien, you can, the technique. So I use the technique with my hairbrush, Subtil hairbrush. I start on the side of my area B, and I take a section with a space between 1 and 2 centimeters of white. Okay. When I arrive on the last section, 5 or 7 last section, I will space just with half centimeter between each section. So I show you one, just one. You can see. So you see, I take a section very diagonal. This one. I take my hairbrush, Subtil hairbrush. This is a very signature tools for the balayage and for technique signature Subtil. So you put, again, I put my hairbrush on my middle part of my hair locks. I grip just a little bit hair to go up and turn my hairbrush to keep just a baby hair, very fine. Like this. And on my model, I use a mixture tool. In my mixture tool is 30 grams of Subtil ammonia-free bleaching powder with 7.5 milliliters of X-Rescue, 1 + 1.5, with a developer cream, Subtil Blonde, 45 milliliters. So you can see I realize the similar technique and similar section with a space more large, more wide on the bottom of the front, and more tight on the tight. For the lightening for my B zone, I will take a section, horizontal section. I use the same product. So you can see I use only 10 volume. 10 volume of peroxide is very enough because underneath my models it was bleach. So 10 volume is very, very enough. So for the lightening part, I put again my hairbrush and take a section, horizontal section, on all over my B zone. So I put on the middle, maybe I change the view. Okay. I put on the center my hairbrush to grip the few hair, turn, and keep the few hair like a baby hair, and use the wrap method and apply my mixture to inside. And after, I arrive this method on all over the B zone. Are you okay? Next step. For my next step, I decide to use two techniques to toning. So the first time I isolate my border hairline. So I take the section of 1 or 2 centimeters of white, okay, on all over my hairline. The rest of my hair will be the zone B, number 2. Now I apply in the first time my first toning. My first toning is maybe you can put in the formula, Julien, s'il te plaît. Yeah, thank you. 20 grams of Subtil lacquer 9.8, 20 grams of Subtil lacquer 1032, 1+1, and 5 volume. My goal is to remove the effect on the bleach, on the regrowth. So you can see maybe we have a blend effect, we have a smoke effect. It's very, very natural and the color is very diffused. And after, on the same time, I apply on the middle length hand the mixture 4. The mixture 4 is 30 grams of Subtil lacquer 1032 plus 10 grams of Subtil lacquer clear, 1+1, and 5 volume. So you can see on my handles the very transparent and the very shining effect, and the results is so very beautiful. It's interesting because a lot of women now asking colorists to find back the natural effect. It's not finish the polar blonde or very ash or gray effect, but the woman wants little bit by little bit demanding the more warm, more natural effect. So this is one solution. And my last toning on my part 1. So I will find, you know, the effect a little bit dilute, a little bit like a watercolor, you know, the orange watercolor, a little bit peach maybe. So I apply on this part, the zone 1, on the roots, middle length, hand, the formula number 5, 50 grams of 924 plus 1 drop of mixed tone orange and 1+1 with an oxidant 20 volume. I leave on between 10 and 20 minutes, rinse out. Again, I wash my hair with a Subtil pH acid, following with care, a Subtil color lab care treatment range. So you can see the result of my handles. You see it's very natural effect, and on the blonde, and for the funny color on the border is very soft. It's not too strong. The result is very bland and very soft. So maybe you can see the result. Julien, you can put on the video of the result of final result of the. Yeah, thank you. you saw the result. It was very natural and very soft. Just the peach color on the border for Hélène is just the trendy color of the moment. So for the last models, willow. For the willow with Jean-Baptiste, we inspired with a legendary blowout of American blow dry, you know, with a big volume, with a wavy movement, time is a curly movement, and also the flippy out of the hand, you know, is a famous style or iconic or sex symbol actress like Jane Fonda, Farrah Fawcett, for example. About willow models, so maybe Julian, you can diffuse the video. Thank you. So you can see is already copper red head. So, but it's very natural. The hair was virgin of level 7 and 8 levels. So we decide just to keep the red head, but increases the intensity and the density of the pigment. So step 1. Beforehand, I applied, of course, Subtil Equalize, just for keep my pigment inside the hair. I applied in the first time on my first 5 and 7 centimeter, the 634 Subtil lacquer, 1+1 with a peroxide 9 volume. So maybe you can ask why I use 9 volume. So I use 9 volume because I need to reinforcing the effect and the power of the pigment. So of course, my model is more light, like my color shades, but I need the little bit more peroxide just for push the power of my pigment. Is why I chose the 9 volume. On the middle length and the hand, I apply a new formula. Julien, no, next one. Yeah. So apply on the middle length and the hand 50 grams of 744 plus 10 grams of Subtil lacquer 774 and 60 milliliters of oxidant 9 volume. Leave on 20 minutes, rinse out, wash again, and realize a care with the Subtil Color Lab range. Next step, section off. First step, I isolate my first centimeter of my hairline, front hairline, like this. Oh, okay. Perfect. So this one, border isolate. So now I trace the star shape on the top of the head with between 5 and 7 wide my star. So I start my shape with a center of line, natural line. So you can follow by the parietal area, passing by the center of the vertex area, continued by the parietal opposite, and finishing by the first point. And we'll have on the top the star shape. So it's not really important to have the star with a 6 point or 4 point. Is not a problem. Just it's important to shape a star shape. It's enough. But it's not irregular. It's not the same problem. It's not a problem. Second step for the section off. So I trace a line, follow, maybe it's interesting to follow. I trace the line, follow the shape star, okay, and follow the same shape. Okay, tac tac. And we'll have the zone 1. For the second zone, it's the same way. I trace the line following the same way of my first zone 1. Okay, you can see we have a little bit tight here. This is zone 2. This is with the braid is a zone 1, and this up to is a zone 2. I realize the same method to following each area, each section, each zone until 6 zone. 6 zone. Last one will be the nape of the neck section. Now I lightening the section. So I start my lightening by the area, by zone 7, 3, and I will finish by the zone 1. So I use a mixture with Subtil powder bleached. Maybe you can put in the formula 30 grams of Subtil bleach powder with also the 7.5 milliliter of X-Rescue and Subtil Blonde Developer Cream 20 volume, 1.5. So I start my lightening by the 5 zone. So this one, okay. When you see the braid is a zone. So I show you this part. Okay. So I take a section. I use my hairbrush, Subtil hairbrush. I take the few baby hair and put inside the fold paper and use the wrap method and apply my bleach product like this. After my first section, so I take the rest of my first section, so isolate with my first paper, and take the second section of my 5 zone. I take again the few hair and put again on the fold paper with the wrap method. When you finish the lightening technique on the 5 zone, you follow by the section zone 3, and you will finish by the zone 1. Okay? After that, when you finish all lightening zone 5, 3, and 1. So remove all the hair like this, and with your hairbrush, Subtil hairbrush, you use like a brush to bleach, to highlight the technique on the middle length and the hand. So you put the product, bleaching product, on the fabrics. So you put the hairbrush on the middle part of the hair locks. You pull and you go up my gesture. Okay. See you back. See you again. Put in the center and to go up my hairbrush until my hand. Time of time is not easier to put on the bleach this part, so I can propose to keep the same gesture. So again, is the same gesture like the first one, but when I arrive on the hand, I put on the top of my hand and apply the bleach product on the hand. I show you again. This one. Go up on the top of my hand and apply bleach product on the hand. And you will realize the same method all the remaining hair. Okay? Front, zone 3, 4, and 6. Okay. Once shave the little orange, yellow orange, so I rinse out, wash again, and care again with a Color Lab range. After that, I apply on the pre-lightening part the toning. Oh, Julien. For the toning, I apply the new shades 8.4 with a peroxide 6 volume, 1+1. So maybe you can ask why this formula I use only 5 volume, because I shave on the models the depth lightening yellow, so I need to keep the copper shades on the hair. So I need to decrease the percent of my peroxide just for grip and catch the pigment inside the hair. You can see the result on my hair dolls. You see it's very, very natural and very shining. And it's very interesting because you don't see the departure of my hairline section. It's very, very diffuse. It's very, very natural, like a sun effect. So maybe, Julien, you can diffuse the video to show the result of the video. So you can see this is the color a little bit more rich, bright, and more density. It's not just a faded red head, it's very bright red head. But the goal with the Jean-Baptiste is to keep the natural effect on these models. So maybe we have a question of the collection, of the technique, or Myriam.
So you can ask your questions if you have some in the comments. So you have had a lot of information and maybe new techniques and new shades. So you can have questions now. It's up to you. Is everything clear? So Fabrice did quite fast this time. So we have some time if you want to see something again, if, for example, with the hairbrush or maybe some technique. It looks like you don't have questions. No. I saw that.
We like this collection. We like the effect, the solar harmony.
Give us your feedback.
Yeah, because it's completely different. Usually, during the training with the customer, is usually to show the polar blonde, always very bleach, always cold. Always. This is completely different. It's more solar. It's more intense. So it's very trendy because you can see for the next collection, spring and summer 2021, the color will be more warm, will be more bright. For the makeup range, for example, or same for the clothes. This is the same. The next collection will be more solar. Is maybe a little bit finish to realize the cold effect.
So we have one question from Croatia. Hello to Croatian team. So we do not understand how you use Skin Protect on the first model. So maybe Fabrice, you could explain why and how you used it, because it's one of the fundamental products, I would say, we used to have for years in the range, but some people do not know how to use it correctly. So maybe you can.
Yeah, I use the Skin Protect, of course. The first goal of Skin Protect is for protect the skin and avoid the stain color on the skin. This is the first goal. But inside we have the glycerin, 100% of glycerin, and the glycerin allow to protect completely the bleach hair, okay, and avoid the transferred pigment during the rinse out or the wash. Okay, it's more clear.
So maybe, if I understand well, if you don't want to touch maybe some hair strands from another color, you just put the Skin Protect so you don't get any color of one strand you would like to put aside.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this clear for you?
You
avoid that the coloration goes on another part of the.
And you avoid also to avoid the mixture, the blend zone by zone. You know, it's always stays the same color, not transferred of zone in other zone.
Okay. Hi, Keith. We have some questions regarding the peony model. So when pre-coloring, can we just comb out excess and color directly on top without rinsing?
So no, I apply in the first time. I apply my pre-coloring technique. I remove the excess product with my towel, okay, and directly I apply my color on the pre-lightening, okay. For example, in your formula, you see, I don't remember exactly, but it's 10 grams of 611. The 611 is to neutralize the copper shade when you apply on the mixture, pre-lightening mixture.
Do you want Julien to put the mixture to confirm, maybe? It's for the first model.
Yeah, it's the first page. Yeah.
So here you can see.
No.
Not one.
No, yeah, this one. For example, I explain again. So on the bleach part, I apply the mixture 10 grams of chestnut. Chestnut is my base, okay? And 10 grams of copper. Copper is my level, in my level shade. I need to keep the color long lasting, okay? After that, I put inside 3 grams of Subtil X Rescue inside my mixture to increases the power of care and to straighten the keratin chain, okay? I apply, usually, on middle length and hand, when I will finish my application. So I arrive with a towel and remove all the excess product, okay? I remove all the excess product. After that, I apply directly my color, roots, middle length, and the hand. In my formula, I use 611 just for neutralize the copper shades I had put inside my first mixture.
For the pre-coloration. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this clear? Do you have any other questions? I know we have lots of people connected, so I'm sure someone has questions. No? Anyway, okay. Kid, perfect. Okay, great. So if no other questions, maybe I will just give a few details regarding the launching of this new collection. In fact, we have the products available by the end of the month. So the launching is planned for the 29th of March. So it will be in 3 to 4 weeks. So it should be available in your country according to the order that will be placed. You will have the collection ready for the launching in April. So on social media, of course, we will start advertising about this new collection. So you will start to see on our Instagram page and our Facebook pages the new visuals. So everything will start end of March, beginning of April. And so, of course, you are free. You will receive every document that we have shown you. In fact, you will receive the visuals of the models, the 3 models we presented today. You will get the global presentation that Fabrice showed you today. You will receive also tutorials. We had for the last collection 3 or 4 different tutorials showing you the step-by-step procedure of every model, and you will receive the same for this new collection. I know that it has helped you a lot, and you can just broadcast it and talk about it during your trainings. So you can put it on the screen of your salon, you can put it everywhere. The step-by-step is always a very nice solution to just understand and show the clients and show the hairdressers how it's done, because it's huge work, as you can see. So, and it will also help you, especially for really understanding each step-by-step for each model. So this is one other support you will get from us. For your information, you will also receive this live. It's in fact recorded. You will receive a link. It's a special link only for the viewers, also for you, that will be available for you only if you want to receive, if you want to watch again the video if anything wasn't clear enough, or if you want to see again the sectioning of Fabrice did or anything else, you can watch it again. So, do you have questions? No? I suppose you have lots of information to process, and maybe the questions will come afterwards. So we are a little bit early, and I suggest then, if you don't have any questions, then just write us an email or WhatsApp, or you can write Fabrice on his Instagram page or Facebook. You can write him about your questions. What is also possible, and of course now it's not possible to travel in any country, but it's possible to make digital trainings directly with Fabrice. So if you want, I don't know, if one country or maybe even several countries, you need Fabrice to explain again the collection, one model in particular, or even do another training, or if you have other demands, other requests, then of course just send us an email, and Fabrice will be available to schedule that with you. Evgeny. Hi, Evgeny from Ukraine. And haircuts will be a video of the process.
No, sorry.
No. Yes, this is
no, only the color technical video, no cut.
No.
No,
In fact, we are a color manufacturer, so that's why we focus on color. And Marzella has his own signature, so putting that in one video is on the first point very, very difficult, and in fact it's his job. But of course, if you have questions, then maybe, I don't know, Fabrice, you can just give some advices about the haircut or something like that.
Yeah, because this is a deal with Jean-Baptiste Marzella, because Jean-Baptiste Marzella, if you want to video for haircut and video and color and the color technique, we need too long time to realize the production for the video, because, for example, step by step for the color is very long for each people. So if you need to add the hair technique, cut technique, so it's too long for us and for Jean-Baptiste Marzella.
I know you like haircuts. I know that you told me that in March last year, but as a color brand, we don't do the cutting part.
But maybe one time you can maybe to share the screen with Jean-Baptiste. He can realize a cut and me realizing another color. This is why not. It's possible.
We can organize maybe a training with Marzella and Fabrice, where Jean-Baptiste Marzella will be able to show you more of his techniques. That's of course possible, and we will have to schedule that if you have some needs. Okay. Well, then if you don't have any other questions, I suggest we stop now. We wish you a very, very pleasant afternoon. Take care of you. It's very important. We really are looking forward to seeing you again, not digital, but in real, because we miss this physical part. And digital is very nice because it allows us to be very flexible in terms of scheduling. But in fact, it's very difficult to plan anything for the moment. But we hope that in September, we will hold a new SIT session, but this time maybe in Paris or in another country, if that's possible.
I hope. We hope.
We have Netherlands. Thanks. It was great. Something new. Can't wait for the colors. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback, Crystal. So thank you everybody for having spent this a bit more than an hour with us. It was a pleasure to spend this time with you. You could see us, but we couldn't see you. So this is unfortunately the inconvenience of the YouTube part. But we are very happy to keep this link and with you, because it's very important as a brand, and you as our ambassadors in your country, to have you. And we still yes, continue to trust in you. You are one part of the company and one part of the brand also in your countries. So thank you everybody, and take care of you, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you.
See you soon.